showing you the ropes at maximum exposure. It's the stuff they don't teach at no school, but way more important. Check it out. Yep, it's just me and my shadow. And my 2 broken legs. There's some things you just shouldn't build yourself, like your own motorcycle ramp. Have you been injured in an auto or motorcycle accident? Well, yeah, both. Jack fell down, broke his ankle, and this snowmobile came tumbling after. A climber gets back to nature, head first. Burial or cremation. Hey, why not have both? Bikers in critical condition makes a full recovery. A guy named Bubba shows why no Bubba will ever win a Nobel Prize. Third world countries, first-rate teeth tricks. Damn! We going too fast for you? We'll slow it down. It's Max X for Dummies, as we show you how to.
And I'm going to tell you right to your face, shame on you. Take down your dumb signs. Or you're going to be fined terribly. And I mean terribly.
You know, life don't come with no instruction manual. That's why Max X is providing you with the how-to guide for life that you can't live without. Like how to skydive. First, don't waste your time with ground school stuff. This is Max X, and our man Jamie is going to show you how to do it the hard way.
About to take a skydive, what up?
Start by going with your buds to Hawaii. Then, just jump. You want to make sure you land on the green stuff and not the blue stuff. Then you just bring it on in for the landing. Slowly, slowly, slowly!
Stay still, dude. Stay still. Stay still. Stay still. Relax, relax.
Okay, how to repair 2 broken legs.
Oh my God. Lay back, dude. Don't move. 911. Hey. 911.
Let's see where things went wrong. He starts out a little cocky, but that's not the fatal error.
About to take a skydive, what up?
The skydive itself was awesome. I had a pretty fat skydive in general.
Then, right near the ground, he does a little experiment.
I did what's called a hook turn, or basically a swooping type thing. And at a couple hundred jumps, you really have no business attempting a maneuver like that.
Yeah, guess not. He's falling 50 miles an hour, and look how fast that shadow comes up.
Right in that last split second, I was like, this is gonna suck.
Yeah, the first thing Jamie's been right about all day.
Left femur break, I got a titanium steel rod running from my hip to my knee, 2 pins in the knee, pin in the hip. Yeah.
Almost as painful as that tad must have been. It'll take him a year to heal, but that's not gonna keep Jamie out of the skies.
I attempted something I probably shouldn't have, but, you know, I learned from it, so I'm ready to go back.
Yeah, you might be ready, but can't say the rest of us are.
About to take a skydive, what up?
Then, of course, there's how to completely screw up your motorcycle. This is Adam Owsley, and he's on the banks of the Jordan River. No, not the Jordan River. This one's in Utah. But he's gonna find religion here awful quick. He's building this ramp so he can do a motorcycle backflip into the Jordan. You know, just like John the Baptist did 2,000 years ago this very day.
I look at gross.
He straps on this padded vest, which we're sure is gonna make all the difference. Then a little test run. But some of his buds don't think this is a real good idea.
And I actually told him, I said, Adam, don't do this on our part. It's not worth it to get hurt over. And he just said, I can do it, I can do it.
He looks it over one more time, and if you look real close, you can see his prediction right on the bike. I survived the Jordan. It We'll see, dude. Okay, Max X quiz time. Which will shatter into more pieces? Adam, the motorcycle, or neither? C, neither. A perfect jump. Let's see it again from another angle. The ramp falls off to the side, but it doesn't screw him up. Yeah! Yeah! Gosh! Wait, I was just... One more time, and check out the height.
I think in a way it kind of shook him up. Just to see on his face, he just kind of, it was like, what did I just do? I've never seen anything that gnarly before in my life. I've done this stuff for a number of years and nothing has even touched that flip that Adam Allison did.
This is another don't try this at home thing. Yeah, but if you do, just make sure you use a friend's bike. The desert, one of the last pristine environments on Earth. That's why it's up to Max X dudes to toughen it up a little. Anything with big old tires will do. Here's how to catch some air with your 4x. And here's how to catch a motorcycle dude off guard. That herding guy is Mike Eves. And take a look what he did to this windshield. You can tell neither guy sees the other one coming. And they just meet in the middle. Hello! And now everyone's on top of Mike to see if he's moving. He's probably going to be down for a little bit, so let's see it again. It's kind of cool this way, too. Okay, Mike's getting up. He's a little woozy, but he's okay. He even digs watching the replay of it.
Oh, man. I felt myself float in the air as I pulled my feet in and make sure I cleared everything. If I would have left maybe a few seconds later, I could have gone head on with the truck.
Mike's right back to riding again. But hey, if you can survive this, what's left to be scared of? Besides, it's a great way to work the sympathy angle with the ladies. This is the World Championship of Snowmobile Hill Climbing. And since we know a lot of you are taping it, we won't spoil it by telling you who won. But we will say, it ain't this guy. He loses it halfway in. And now it's going down a lot faster than it came up. It gets back on its sleds, but that's only making it go faster. These folks are starting to get a little nervous, but lucky for them, this net is perfectly placed, and it does its job.
When I lost control of the snowmobile, what was going through my mind was to get clear of it, not let it roll over the top of me. Obviously, I was in the position that it was going to roll over me, so I just braced myself and let it go.
That thing weighs 600 pounds. It's like Louis Anderson catching an edge. Now watch this guy. This is how you wrangle a snowmobile. They call him Crazy Marv Davidson. And it ain't just because of that faraway look in his eye. Look at him going after that ring.
You just run out there and you try and grab a hold of it, and you're trying to use your weight against the machine, which you're at a disadvantage. And so it usually takes you down the hill, and you're hoping that a bunch of other hill help comes in and helps you try and get this thing stopped.
Looks like the hill helps letting Marv down. You see people making half-hearted efforts, but then again, none of them's got the word crazy in their names.
I'm never afraid I'm going to get hurt. I don't allow that to enter into my mind. I'm just out there to have fun and get the adrenaline out of it.
Hang in there more! Hang in there more! Hang in there more!
You're in with the remedial kids on Maximum Exposure. Coming up, a kayaker pushes the envelope and gets licked. Let's face it, soccer moms are boring. Bring on the T-ball dads. Smell that fresh mountain air. Taste that fresh mountain dirt. A tisket, a tasket. It's a friggin' flamin' casket. Plus a little balancing act at 150 miles an hour. MaxX has confirmed that this is not the long-lost son of Evel Knievel. Still got questions? We got the answers on our MaxX list. Maximum Exposure. Just ask for our out-of-court settlement department. Maximum Exposure. We gotta draw a picture for you or what? Okay. Want to know how to set a world record? Easy. Pick something there ain't no record for. That's what this dude's about to do. He's gonna kayak down this spillway thingy in Colorado.
The spillway was about 150 feet, I'd say, high and maybe 300 feet long. I've never heard of anybody running a spillway of that size.
We're thinking this is slightly illegal, too.
If you were to flip over on that spillway, it would cheese grater you down to the bone.
Oh, that's worth another look. He's just using the paddle for balance now. Then he gets launched straight up. We don't know how his head doesn't get crunched here, but it doesn't. And he's one happy boy.
I was going really fast. My eyelids peeled back. Ah! When I saw the video the first time, I was really surprised with how much I launched off at the bottom, how far out I went, and how high up I went.
Hey, and once you do it, all your friends will want to do it too. This guy pulls it off even cleaner. And there's this guy. You can see he's a little tentative. And then... Psych! Not pretty. But he's fine, too. Sorry, bloodhounds. Now, these guys ain't in the Guinness Book yet. But as soon as someone gives a crap about kayaks and spillways, they will be. Miami, Florida. What could be more innocent than a t-ball game? The roar of the crowd. The crack of the bat. Is it a single or a double? Parents and coaches can't agree, so they settle it like good sports, with their fists. Now here's how to set an example for the kids. It ain't baseball, it's a rugby scrum. Look, you don't see none of the kids fighting. Men are so stupid they fight in front of their kids. It's proof that men are born stupid. They're raised stupid. You see this little guy? He's into baseball now. Smart kid. But with role models like these, you know he's gonna end up a highly paid, spoiled athlete. Cops gotta come in and break it up. One of the coaches gets suspended. Yep, it's America's pastime, all right. This here's how to get down a mountain fast. Here's Pikes Point, North Carolina. Here's a guy named Nathan Lane. And here's a real bad idea. He's 80 feet up, and he's trying to rappel down this rope. But he ain't using a safety line. Nathan goes back to see where he left his mark.
I hit my head, I think, on this rock here. I hit my two legs, one here and one here. I got the little scars to prove that, and I got the rock on the skull. And if you pan on up or look up, you got the top, and it's a lot scarier looking up than it is looking down. When I went off the cliff, I lost my balance. I threw my hands up, which was a big mistake, because when I did that, I lost the rope.
Nathan gets a busted skull and shattered sinuses. His head's being held together by 2 plates and 9 screws.
I think God had a lot to do with this. You know, I mean, I'm a true believer in the Lord, and I think he was watching over me that day.
The Max X, we're true believers too, in a vengeful God who says stuff like, "Hey kid, get off of my mountain." We're teaching your old dog to turn tricks on maximum exposure. Coming up, Dick Cheney, before he met the W. The Departed gets a sneak peek at hell. Yeah, it's hot all right. A Russian woman makes a bad decision not to wear panties. You ever see a motorcycle do this? All right, how about this? And if that don't learn you none, just wait till you see our Max X list. Maximum exposure. Gain weight now. Ask us how. You're dodging the sensors along with maximum exposure. We rarely learn anything from the French people, but here's a pretty cool how-to from France. This monsieur's a balancing stud. Yep, Frenchie's 12,000 feet up in the Alps. We know what's going through his mind. Hey, I can see my village surrender from here. That's Henri the Recutin, and he's been in showbiz for 60 years.
De réussir par moi-même.
I'm living out my dreams. I'm very happy.
Yeah, here's what makes Max X very happy. He's riding his bike between 2 mountain peaks. Makes Jeremy McGrath look like a wuss.
My dad said, "You're crazy. It's very dangerous." And my mom said, "You're a fool."
Yeah, I bet they're not laughing now. And that's because they're probably dead. Henri holds more daredevil records than anyone in the Guinness Book. Pretty cool French dude. And Henri's not the only one with big huevos. Check out his wife. That's her on the bottom. And Henri's riding her. She's probably thinking, does this 300-meter gorge make my derrière look fat? That's one cool how-to. Or as the French would say, "Go home, Americans, we hate you." And here's how to liven up a funeral in Mexico. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to light Grandma on fire. Watch it again. You see people coming to pay their last respects. Now watch the dog down here. He just brushes past that candlestick and it topples into the casket. This stuff is muy flammabuloso. Cool for cremations, but not so good for open casket funerals. We also get to see how to put out a corpse fire. Use your funeral cowboy hat. Swat corpse, repeat. Some cultures eat dogs. Some cultures invite them to the funeral. We ain't saying who's right, but it's gotta be in the middle somewhere. You know, no one parties like the Russians. And thanks to Max X, we're gonna show you how to party just like our former communist friends. First, find a real dangerous, out-of-the-way barn loft thing to go drinking in. Second, get real drunk. Third, now try to make it home. Just remember, a designated spotter is recommended, or else... Ouch! Should have had a nyet. What happened? She didn't bring her Russian attic party shoes for one, and there's not much you can do after that. Now hubby's got to scoop up drunk wife, apologize, and drag her home. Yeah, we all been there. Russians are super tough, though. She only got a concussion out of this thing. And you know her biggest concern now? Do you think this 3-story drop makes my butt look fat? At Max X, we just love a good faith healer. This one's in Panama, and people are coming from all over to see Ronnie Munoz work his magic. They say the Virgin Mary communicates through him. And if you ask us, she don't sound too happy about that. But it gets better. Dig the stigmata action. Blood on the hands and forehead. But everything ain't exactly kosher here. Looks like Big Ronnie's just praying, but look closer. He's sticking himself with this pin. Dab it on the palms, then on the forehead. And hey, Ma, look! I got a stigmata! This journalist is the one who nails it.
I'm afraid he didn't count on the power of video.
David shows church leaders the video, and they're not happy. Yeah, that about says it all. Try as they might, no one's ever gonna forget this little prick. Brave men come from all over the world to Pamplona, Spain for the running of the bulls. After they go home, the wimpy guys come out for the running of the barrels. It's all the excitement of running with the bulls without getting to say you ran with the bulls. There's nothing in them, so they're pretty light. But it still hurts when you get clocked with one. Just ask this dude. Okay, the rules say if you get your hands on a barrel, you get to toss it and mow down a few Spaniards of your own. Max X rule change for next year. Switch to full kegs. But don't tell these guys. You're barely applying yourself on maximum exposure. Coming up, why do motorcyclists get the chicks? Maybe because they can do this. The ocean hawks a loogie. It looks kind of like a bodyboarder. Here, Sharky, Sharky, here, Sharky. Oh, bad shark, no bites. They can't get Max X in this Thailand village. Here's how they pass the time. Don't even think of leaving now. We still got our how-to Max X list coming at ya. Max X, the burning sensation from your trip to Tijuana. You're getting schooled on maximum exposure. It's the motorbike championships in Spain. These guys are knee dragging at 150 miles an hour. Augustine Escobar is the guy on the #1 bike. And in a minute, you're gonna see why he's #1. Oh yeah, let's see that again. He almost loses it coming out of that turn. Now watch his back wheel come off the ground. That sends him forward over the bars. He pulls him back to side saddle for a second, and then he's back on. This guy goes on to win the race. And who deserves it more than him? Right at this moment, he's the coolest guy in the world. One more time. And that's how to ride a bike. Back on our side of the pond, these dudes are showing us how to ride the Wedge. It's a tiny stretch of beach where huge waves break right on shore. You got waves coming in, but you also got waves going out, which makes the ones coming in real big.
The Wedge is intense and crazy. When you look at the waves before you paddle out, your heart starts thumping.
There's David now. That wave don't look too big, but just wait. Oh yeah, let's see that one again slower.
I was just saying my prayers and thanking God that I made the landing, because if I didn't land on my elbows or I landed on my rib cage instead, I probably would have broken my ribs.
They say peeing in your wetsuit's a surfer trick to stay warm. We're thinking David's pretty toasty right about now. You ever wonder how they shoot them shark documentaries on them friggin' critter shows? It usually goes a little something like this. Rolf Zabisky and Ian Gordon get up close and personal with great whites near the Neptune Islands off the coast of Australia. They toss in some tuna oil and some chunks of fish. The seas are too rough to get into a shark cage, so they gotta do their thing from the deck of the boat. Now we got great whites in the house.
See the tag? There's one on the right-hand side. We have at least 3 or 4 sharks here.
They waste no time going for the bait. And the camera.
Was that a wild thing or not?
Ian gets ready to do some tagging. The shark's skin is thick, so he really has to jam in the tag.
Tag? Yep, she's tagged.
The next day, we got calmer seas. Drop in the shark cage. Ian has a tip for Rick, the cameraman.
Stick your arms out and film like that, but don't actually stick your head out.
Okay.
That way, if you lose an arm, well, you know, there's always bionics, but if you lose a head, forget it. Okay?
Sure. Oh boy, shark is on the cage already?
The shark dudes know what they're doing. The cameraman doesn't.
I think this the one is not tagged. I want to get a tag in.
Tagging sharks helps to keep track of them. Tag, you're it.
2 inches across. Yes, we had a hit shark, Mr. Roy.
The shark goes after the fish. Hey, everybody, feeding frenzy. Out of nowhere, a shark goes for a flotation device between the boat and the cage. Now you see why working with sharks can suck. Rolf slaps at the shark with his hand. Yeah, like that'll work.
Oh, look at my vendor. $60 down the drain. I don't believe it.
Well, that could have been Rick's head.
Let it go, boy. That was awesome, wasn't it? Awesome.
Yeah, unless one of them takes a bite out of you, that would suck. California's Catalina Island. Another good place to get real close to sharks. The crew tosses some blood in the water, and the sharks come a-running, just like Hollywood. Now, Larry Stroop's going to show us how to make your own chum. Step 1, go outside the shark cage. Step 2, wave a video camera in a shark's face. And voila! Hey, here's some of Larry's blood now. Guard divers scare the shark away, but Larry's in a bad way. He lives to tell about it, though.
Number one, there aren't too many shark attack victims in reality. You just hear about all of them. And a lot of them that are attacked, of course, don't make it. And so therefore, the interview isn't very good.
Yeah, pretty funny, Larry. How's that arm, huh? Not so good.
This section of my arm was actually laying open. I just reached over and pulled it back down and held it in place. He bit my arm. I hollered for the guard divers for some assistance. And about that time, he let go. And you can see the blood coming out of the arm back through the water.
Larry says he ain't afraid of the water now. But we're thinking he'll be sticking to glass-bottom boats for a while. Hey, it's City Councilman Bernard McCabe. He's about to get arrested. He refused to stop talking after the council had made a decision. Then the mayor called the cops. They threatened him with pepper spray, but Bernie's calling their bluff.
Just take your hands off of them. At first, the police chief came up and ordered me to leave. He said the mayor is giving you an order to leave. I'm here to enforce that order. I said I'm not leaving.
So, what got Bernie so hot? Well, the council voted to rescind a moratorium on permits for multi-unit dwellings at 13th and Libby Streets. Well, hell, no wonder he's so crabby. We totally support the moratorium on permits for multi-unit dwellings at 13th and Libby Streets. Come on, has the whole world gone insane?
Take your hands off. Come on. Outside the lead. You're going to lead right now. All right, so this time you're under arrest. So we're going. Just hold on. I'm going to get up and walk out of here. Please don't. You're under arrest. You're under arrest.
And then they break out the happy spray. Then Councilman Bernie gets vetoed. He finally gives up and they take him to jail, which is next door, so it's just a nice leisurely walk. Like everyone else who gets pepper sprayed, Bernie sues and gets $62,000, which he donates to charity. Now the town's got to pay for the settlement and the removal of the pepper stain. And they have to apologize to him. Rumor has it that accordingly, Bernie will not seek nor will he accept the nomination of his party for councilman. Thank you and God bless America. You're enjoying the director's cut of Maximum Exposure. Coming up, mini bike, maxi person, mucho fun. The fun continues in Southeast Asia, but this time it's not a carpet bombing. We'll show you how to lose that annoying cowlick. Set it on fire. Then we'll walk you through the good stuff when we roll out our Max X list. Max X, won't you be our next of kin? Be a model, or just look like one on Maximum Exposure. Here's a fat guy driving his mini bike into the lake. Guess we really don't know what else to say about it. It's a fat guy driving his mini bike into the lake. Okay, his friends call him Bubba. He uses this bulldozer to get it up here. But at the end of the day, it's a fat guy driving his mini bike into the lake. He says he wants to know what it's like to be a stuntman. We're not sure, but we hear it's a little like being a fat guy and driving your mini bike into the lake. Here's why you never say bite me in Thailand. Thai's got some strong choppers. How about this guy? He don't look so strong. But he's been lifting stuff with his teeth since he was 4. His cats probably hated him. Now he's gonna lift this giant pile of crap. Not impressed? Wait, that baby powder could kill him. He's a-lifting, and he's got it. Yep, it's our favorite act in Thailand that doesn't use ping pong balls. Come on, let's face it. Nobody should really go more than a month without getting a little trim. All right, 6 weeks tops. That's where guys like Warren Lewis come in. He trims hair, but he's gonna show us how to do it without scissors. Yep, he's a hair burner. We gotta warn you, do not try this at home. He's been doing it for about 40 years. And all he uses are these 2 candle thingies.
Well, I went to the beauty supply about 38 years ago, and they had these things here. They had them in there, and I asked them, what are those? They said, what you burn hair with, and I've been messing with them ever since.
You'd think this would all turn into one big Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial. But no one's screaming here.
I had one, the fella came in with some flammable stuff in his head. So when he caught a fire, I didn't have a serious accident, but what I did was I grabbed and put him up on my arm and smothered him out.
We're thinking Warren gets a lot of walk-in traffic. I mean, after all, who can't resist the smell of singed human hair?
This is a talent that God gave me in our pursuit and a dream, and I just followed my dream.
You hear that, kiddies? Warren dreamt of setting people's heads on fire, and he's doing it. Is this a great country or what? Max X, the retirement years.
And I'm going to tell you right to your face, shame on you. Take down your dumb signs.
We're going to be just like this guy, Steve Wayne, a 75-year-old retired school teacher. He don't golf, he don't shuffleboard, he tears down signs.
Shame on you. Take down your dumb signs. Or you're going to be fined terribly. And I mean terribly, because the city's tired of you and the mess you're making.
Says you'll never be broke again, earn $2,000 to $10,000 every month. Well, not with this sign he won't.
He cruises L.A., tearing down anything tacked to a phone pole.
There's a ride sale Saturday and Sunday. Okay, they should have brought that down today.
Man, if we ever find out what a 401k is, we're definitely gonna fund it.
I'm gonna get these babies. I've been doing this for 16 years. This is my kind of joy. This is like going on a safari.
Steve never takes down signs about missing kids or pets. It's the illegal advertising that bugs him.
Los Angeles is not a community billboard. People should not feel that they have a right to stick things up on all the poles and everything. They should advertise like anybody else advertising. Hey, I want you to look at this. Look at these poles. The guys who have to work on these poles couldn't get their cleats in here.
Steve says the clean freak in him also has something to do with it.
I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking for remuneration. I'm looking just for the satisfaction of knowing that I can help my community in any way that I can.
Let's see Steve helping his community again in any way he can. Oh yeah, much better on the ground. Steve has a little more trouble with the high boys, but he's prepared for that. And he's got it. Take another look. There's Steve helping his community in any way he can. Taking a chunk out of that telephone pole. And when he can't get a sign down, sometimes he'll just cut off the phone number. When you reach 75, you build up a lot of crabbiness.
I'm looking just for the satisfaction of knowing that I can help my community in any way that I can.
Steve better be careful, though, because we hear there's a lot of other crabby people in L.A. Still unclear on the concept? It all comes into focus next on our How-To Max X list. Better get something to write with. It's time for our How-To Max X list. Number 3. Want to know how to make lots of people really happy? Blow something up. That's what they're doing today in Atlanta at the old Fulton County Stadium. See, they built this new stadium here next door to the old stadium. It looks older than the old stadium, but that's because it's one of them new, old-looking stadiums. Ted Turner's the owner, and he's imploding the old one in 3, 2, 1. Now, we ain't sure, but we think Jane Fonda's strapped to one of them poles. This stadium's where Hank Aaron broke Babe Ruth's home run record. So what else would Ted name the new stadium? Yep, you guessed it, Turner Field. Another glorious day for baseball. The number 2 how-to goes to this dude in Canada, who's gonna show us how to strengthen the gene pool.
Life's too short not to go big, gotta go big.
Josh is gonna try to weed himself out by jumping his bike off this 50-foot cliff. Now, we ain't sure where he's planning on landing, but hey, we just show the tapes. He's up, he's down, and he's out. Cold. Slower now, and you can see him get Sonny Bono'd right in this tree.
Oh, they told me not to get up because they were worried about the injuries that I might have gotten. Broken neck, broken back, broken vertebrae.
Josh don't have any of those. Just some scrapes and a mean shiner. And you know what that proves?
Just showing everybody that we're here to stay and that this is the wave, is just having fun.
Yeah, having fun is the wave. And they're here to stay. Deal with that, normal people. To top the Max X list, we're gonna get a little educational. This is how you pick up chicks in college. Yep, it's the old putting on a wolf mask, hiding in a trash can, jumping out and scaring them routine. Works every time. The guy in the mask has his own public access show at the University of Georgia. And he ain't above scaring dudes either. Because it's college and he's a little scare-curious. As long as you're experimenting. Well, maybe not. Never gets old, at least not for Wolf Boy. But why limit this guy to the streets of a college town? Max X is pitching in so he can try this crap in the South Bronx. Then we'll bring our own cameras. And that stuff will be really funny. Thanks for watching. Ciao from your pals at Max X. We're out.
It can be one of the most dangerous jobs. It can also be one of the most rewarding. Ride along now with the men and women sworn to serve and protect. Next on KVOS.